For the few that might not be aware, this is a job hunting book. Is that how you would describe it?
Well, it's about figuring out what you want to do with your life, so it also deals with who am I as well as what do I want to do.
Dick, how important is it for people to, because we don't do it enough, do we, to actually find out who we are and what we want before we start looking for work?
No, that's not the natural temptation. We live in a culture, of course, where everything is quick food and quick commercials and everything. We want it quick. So people left to their own instincts tend to go job hunting immediately, looking for vacancies and combing the internet to see if they can find something that sounds attractive to them that they can apply for. The idea that first they might want to sit down and figure out who they are and what they really want out of life only occurs to them after they become desperate. And I'm speaking generally. There are, of course, souls who are so interested in finding out who they are that they come and use my book even when they are not job hunting. The substance of the job hunt has never changed. It's always a conversation. In the end, it's a conversation between two people sort of saying, do we want to make a try at going steady together? It's analogous, of course, to dating. And so the job interview is a conversation with two sides to it. We want to have you work here, and you're deciding, do I want to work here? Could I do my most effective work here? Of course, if you get desperate, then you take anything. But over the years, the substance of the job hunt hasn't changed. What's changed is the form. So, as you said, the classified ads are not the place that people turn to now to find out what kinds of vacancies there might be, but they turn to postings on the vacancies on Career Builder and on Monster and on Dice and stuff like that. So there has been a change in the appearance of the job hunt, but not a change in the fundamentals of it.
Right. And I know you talk a lot about LinkedIn. Is it important for us? Because I keep getting invitations, and I think I'm already on Facebook, I'm already on Twitter. I don't know how many of these I can join.
I posted I put up a post there last week. 30,000 people came and read it. So it has a tremendous audience. So you can find more information on LinkedIn than almost any other site on the internet if you're in the job hunting mode or time of your life.
Right. What is the best way to get noticed?
Well, the first thing is to sit down and do the introspection. It's Chapter 7 in Parachute last year. It's Chapter 7 in Parachute this year. Each new edition, the chapter tends to change, but it's stayed pretty steady recently. And it's just sitting down and saying, look, there are 7 parts of a job. There's the skills, the transferable skills that you use. There are the knowledges you decide you want to use, such as medicine or whatever. And there is the environment that you choose, whether you want to work outdoors or indoors. There's the kind of people you work with or the kind of people you serve. There's the geography, where do you want to live or where do you have to live, and there's the salary. So there are 7 parts to a job, any job. And if you do a self-inventory that makes sense, the inventory has to correspond to those 7 parts. So the question is, who are you with regard to, do you like to work indoors or out? The questions are, what kind of skills do you have that do you most like to use? Are you good at counting? Are you good at systematizing stuff? Are you good at researching? Are you good at writing? Those are all transferable skills. Almost anything, any verb that ends with ing is a transferable skill. And so if you sit down and inventory yourself, not just haphazardly, but you're saying, what are the 7 parts of me that correspond to the 7 parts of the job, then you have an introspection that is going to pay off, and going to pay off big, because now you know more pointedly what it is you're looking for.
You had mentioned in an interview there are only 5 questions that an employer is most concerned about. Is there one big question that a potential employee, should be concerned about in that same interview?
It's, why are you here? What can you do for me? What kind of person are you? What exactly distinguishes you from 19 or more people who are applying for this job and have the same kind of background and experience? And how can I afford you? And an employer may not ask you those 5 questions, but any employer worth his or her salt has got to have those 5 questions on their mind. And they, one way or another, if you answer those 5 questions that the employer is thinking about, whether or not they ever voice them exactly this way, then you're going to get the job if they like the answer.